What's up, everybody? This is Interview Prince at Interview Prince at Twitter. Guess what? I'm by myself. Why am I by myself? Because Beth can't make it. Beth's got some stuff going on this week, but hopefully, we see her soon. May not be this week, may not be next week. Who knows? But hopefully, Beth is back soon. But I'm going to do this women's title eliminator tournament thing because I said I was going to. And guess what? I thought I had 2 more days before the next match. I thought they were going to do it on Dynamite, but I didn't know that the women's match on the Japanese side were going to happen tonight. So I apologize. I am a little late, as you can see. Whip off my watch here. You can see it's 4:43, so it's about 17 minutes my time before the actual tournament starts. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I am doing it before the tournament starts on the Japanese side. So I'm gonna do my predictions for the first round. I might do more than that. I don't know, but we're gonna have fun with this because I didn't really prepare for it. So I'm kind of just doing this on a whim based on what I know of the wrestlers and just based on me looking them up on Google. I'm gonna do that while I'm on the video with you guys. I'm gonna look them up on YouTube, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you some stuff too as well when I'm talking about the women's side on the American side. Let's talk about the Japanese women first. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play here behind me. I got a Stardom subscription. It is the best women's wrestling that you can watch. It's the best women's wrestling that you can pay for. So I watch this every show. This is just a show from about a week ago. That's my favorite stable behind me. You can barely see him, but that's my favorite Japanese wrestler right there, Natsupoi. And that is, wow, my hand's going the other way. Himeka. That is Syuri. And that is Micah. So the leader of the group, I guess you can call her the leader of the group, is Julia. She's not pictured because it's a 4-on-4 elimination match. So I'm just going to have that going in the background just to show you guys that I do love Japanese wrestling. And although I don't know about these women that are in this tournament, I have seen the ones that have been on AEW before, but I don't really know much about the rest. So I'm going to find out about them as this tournament goes on. So my expertise is going to be limited in the first round on the Japanese side. So looking at the Japanese side of the bracket, the first couple matches we have right here involve some people that we've already seen before, at least on the AEW side. Yeah, Yuka Sakazaki versus Mei Suruga. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing the names wrong, but we've seen Sakazaki before. She seems to be the favorite in this because she's been on the show before. She's actually one of the better ladies in Tokyo Joshi Pro. She's very distinguished. She's very, I guess, what do you call it? She's got a long resume of accomplishments. So I'm picking her on the Japanese side. She's going to win in round 1. Again, I'm just doing round 1. So I'm picking her on that side. The very next match we have Veni versus Emi Sakura. Now, obviously, we've seen Emi Sakura before. She came and she had the whole Freddie Mercury thing going on. So we've seen her before. I like her. She's very popular. She's very distinguished as well. And she's been around the block a few times, so I'm picking her. So in the second round, I believe it's going to be Emi Sakura and Yuka Sakazaki. Yes, that's easy for me. That's an easy pick for me. Now, we have seen... no, we haven't. I don't believe we've seen Ryo Mizunami or Makioto before, but Makioto is a girl that we talked about last week, and we talked about her she had a very good post on her Twitter. She basically just said, "Hello, motherfuckers," as her introduction to American fans. So I gotta roll with her, right? She seems to be the one that is the most charismatic out of this group. She's the one that seems to have the most noise about her. The fans want to see her the most. So I'm picking Makioto in the first round there. And then the last one, 2 girls we have seen before. I believe both Ajikon and Rin Kadokura have been on the show before. So I'm picking the larger lady here, Ajikon. I don't believe that she's going to be knocked out in the first round. She's just too big, too powerful, too strong. She's going to at the very least, get through the first round. So that's who I have advancing in the first round of the Japanese side. I have Yuka Sakazaki versus Emi Sakura in the second round. Then I have Makioto with Ajikon in the second round. Here's the fun part, the women's side of the bracket. Now, like I said, this is going to be fun. I'm going to show you some stuff that I have from these ladies. Let me go in my bag real quick. I have a micro brawler from Thunder Rosa. I've met Thunder Rosa before in Tucson, Arizona. And she gave me a micro brawler. It's really the only micro brawler I own. I guess I don't have it. There's my Rosemary one, but we won't talk Rosemary. Anyway, I've met Thunder Rosa in Tucson, Arizona. As you know, she's one of the most popular women in wrestling right now. She's signed to NWA, I believe, but she's been on AEW quite a bit. They have been doing a working relationship, obviously, with the whole world, apparently, except for Ring of Honor, who's just sitting over there, wanting to be part of the fun. It's like me. It's like me on my birthday parties growing up. just because my sister basically got all the presents, and her birthday was 6 months before me. Her birthday was in January, but there would be me. It would be my birthday party, but my sister was getting all the attention, so it'd be like me at my birthday party is what Ring of Honor is doing right now. They're kind of just sitting back. They're not getting, you know, the love from all the other promotions. Kind of how, okay, sad story about me. But anyway, Thunder Rosa versus Layla Hirsch. I did post that on my Twitter. That is the one match that I have seen. That's the one match that's already been done, and I was right on that. I did pick Thunder Rosa. Let me just see what I got of Thunder Rosa. I'm going to show you guys some 8x10s in this video. That's the unique part about this video, right? I got a whole binder full of women that I've met and autographs. There's Britt Baker. We'll get to her in a minute. Thunder Rosa, I believe I have 2. One from the Tucson, Arizona meeting that I had with her. The sad thing about that show as well, with Thunder Rosa that I met her, guess who else was at that show? Well, you're not going to guess. It was Shad Gaspard and JTG. That's right. I saw Crime Time. I sadly met him. Obviously, the year he died. The year before he died. Very sad day when I found out about Shad Gaspard. But I saw him at the same show, and I met him in the same show that I met Thunder Rosa. And I got this one from her at the show. She spelled my name wrong, but that's okay because she asked me what my name was, and I told her how to spell it. And E, as in the letter E in the American alphabet, is the letter I in the Spanish alphabet. So she wrote it R-I-Y-N-O. But then I also got this one from her website, another very good one. You can always also buy this from her website as well. So Thunder Rosa, that's who I picked in the first round. Layla Hirsch I have not met, but this promotion that I've got on going behind me, that is Stardom. That is actually where Layla Hirsch was last year when I started watching Stardom. She was on Stardom at the first half of the year and right after the pandemic. So as you can see, things have changed for her. She's now in the States, and hopefully she gets signed soon because she did amazing. Not very many people can look on the same level as Thunder Rosa in the ring as far as in-ring ability, and Layla Hirsch did just that. She's 4'10" of fire, and as Beth, I would be remiss if I didn't call her by her nickname that Beth gave her, and that is Lady Taz. One day, she will be a part of Team Taz. According to Beth, we are going to speak it in existence. Moving on, we got Serena Deeb and Rio. I kind of did both of their names together there. Serena Deeb and Rio. I almost said Riha. But anyway, so we know Rio has been gone for a long time. Again, she was on Stardom last year. Let me get that stupid thing out the bottom there. So, where was that? Rio. She's been gone for a long time. She's actually on here as recently as December. I was watching the shows, and she was on some of the December Stardom shows. I have her figurine here. Have not met her. She is one of the ladies that I have not met. There you go. That's her AEW action figure. And she's got the belt there. You know, she was the first ever AEW Women's Champion. Very popular, very cute, very pretty. But anyway, very good wrestler as well. She's from Japan, where the best women's wrestling in the world is. She is a Joshi Pro, so hopefully they're not going to have her come back. I mean, I know Serena Deeb is the champion, right? Champion of NWA, but they're not going to have her come back and lose in her debut match. No way in hell, right? Serena Deeb, amazing wrestler, one of the best wrestlers in the world. She's been around a minute. It's hard for some people to think that she was the girl. I'm sorry, she was the woman that had a shaved head in WWE. That was the same girl. So she's come a long way since that. But anyway, Serena Deeb, she's, like I've called her in the past, an amazing wrestler, but vanilla. So I'm going to have to go with Rio. She's got a bubbly personality. She's been gone for a long time. They ain't going to do her like that, right? So in the second round, that would mean it's going to be Rio versus Thunder Rosa. And that'll be a banger. Moving on, you got Tay Conti and Nyla Rose. I have not met Nyla Rose, but I did see her at StarCast in Las Vegas when I went to Double or Nothing. However, Tay Conti, I always feel like I pronounce her name wrong. Tay, I have a nice little 8x10 that I also bought from her on her website. Says, thank you, Reno. I can't do things backwards. Anyway. Now, conventional wisdom would tell you that she's going to lose to Nyla Rose, because it just seems like every now and then when we forget about Nyla Rose, that she's a part of the AEW roster, she has a big run and she just blows through people. I have a bad feeling about this one. I actually feel like she's going to plow through Tay Conti on her way to the second round. But we'll get to that one in a second. But just based on the way the bracket is built, I don't see my winner for the next match, which I'm going to cover here in a second. I don't see my winner in the next match going up against her in the second round. So for that reason and that reason only, I'm going to have to go with Tay Conti, who I believe is the best women's wrestler in the company, because I'm very biased towards her. She is my favorite, so I have a lot of favorites, but she's my favorite in AEW, so I'm going to give the win to Tay Conti, and so it's going to be in the second round. So far, we got Thunder Rosa, Riho, Tay Conti, and lastly, I missed the signing from High Spots Auction last week. I would have had an 8x10 from Anna Jay, but I missed it. But I will tell you that one of the first women that I ever met, actually the first woman that I met in AEW, was back at Double or Nothing, Mrs. Britt Baker. Britt Baker's going up against Anna Jay. So Anna Jay, very popular as well in the Dark Order. The Dark Order is very over on BT and just in general. So you can see her getting the win to set up a Tay Jay second round. I'm sorry, though. I'm sorry. I'm going to give it to my girl, Britt Baker. Now, when I say my girl, I mean, you know, because I've met her 3 times. She's cool. There's one picture. There's 2. And then I have another one from StarCast. I actually talked to her about dentist stuff. When I met her in Double or Nothing, we talked about my teeth because I have a missing tooth that you can't see. It's way back there. It's the second to last one. So I never wanted to get it filled in. I didn't want to get a fake tooth because of how much it costs, as well as I didn't know if I needed one. So I actually talked to her about that for a good 5 minutes. I asked her, is that something I'm going to need? They want to charge me for this. I don't know if I want it. Is getting a fake tooth something that you need? So she actually answered that. So that was really cool. I try to give my meet and greets, you know, something different than the same old praise that most wrestlers get. I know they're not going to remember me as the thousands of people they meet, but I just tried to talk about something different. So there you go. Britt Baker is who I'm picking for the second round. So there's the second round for you. I have Yuka Sakazaki versus Emi Sakura, Maki Ito versus Aja Kong. I have Thunder Rosa versus Rio. Then I have Tay Conti versus Britt Baker. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do this. If this changes, if my picks are wrong and they end up being completely different matchups, I will do a different video after the first round. But in the second round right now, Thunder Rosa versus Rio, I'm going to pick Rio. I think she's going to get to the finals of the women's bracket in the American side. And then it's Britt Baker versus Tay. I'm going to take Britt Baker. That sets up a final of Rio and Britt Baker on the American side. Just what I can see going down. Rio coming back. She's getting to the final, but she's going up against the top heel right now in the women's division. And the top heel is going to win. I'm picking Britt Baker. She's going to win the American side, and she's going to go up against the champion of the Japanese side, who, Yuka Sakazaki versus Emi Sakura. That's a close one. But I'm going to give it, in the end, ultimately, to Yuka Sakazaki. She's probably, like I said, one of the better. She's like the, Maya Iwatani of Stardom. She's like the Maya Iwatani of Tokyo Joshi Pro. She's like the number one. So I'm putting her in the final, as well as Aja Kong versus Maki Ito. It's going to be an upset here. I'm taking Maki Ito because, like I said, the buzz around her and what people are saying about her and how excited they are for her. It's going to be Maki Ito versus Yuka Sakazaki. However, in the end, it's not going to be Maki Ito winning the bracket. It's going to be Yuka Sakazaki, the lovely babyface, going up against the top heel of the company, Britt Baker. And I believe that Britt Baker is going to be your champion of this first ever Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament. So there you have it. I hope you had a fun time. I tried to make it short for you guys. It looks like it's only about, 13 minutes, right around what I wanted to do. So again, watch our podcast. We do talk about a bunch of different stuff. Beth might be a couple weeks before we see her again, but she is going to do dark reviews. She calls it the dark dive once she gets back. And I'm looking forward to that very, very much. So enjoy the rest of your night. It is now 4 minutes until the women's tournament actually starts on the Japanese side. So I'm going to try and upload this, and I'm going to go watch that Japanese side. So enjoy your night.